In the summer of 2024, one person brought a Finnish city to its knees. No gun, no computer, no accomplice. 6 incidents, 5 forced pool closures, 1 criminal complaint, 1 police investigation, 1 GDPR-compliant surveillance operation, and a city government that had to hire extra staff, review hours of security footage, and release an official public statement about a pooper. This is the story of the most audacious, most baffling, and most biologically committed criminal in Nordic history. And the part that nobody leads with? This wasn't their first pool. Oulu, Finland. 2018. The Raksila Swimming Hall, city center. A few thousand visitors every single day. Families, athletes, pensioners grinding out their morning laps. A normal Tuesday. Then incident 1. The staff respond. Pool closed. Specialist cleaning deployed. Extra chlorine added. Pool reopened. The staff look at each other. Shrug. These things happen. Move on. Incident 2. The shrug is gone. The looks are longer now. Something is wrong. Incident 3. 3 times, 1 month. Same pool. The staff call it too frequent to be accidental. Same individual. Returning deliberately. They review the security footage. They ask visitors to stay alert. They do everything right. They identify a suspect. And then nothing. No arrest, no charge, no consequence. The suspect walks free. The case quietly dies. The pool keeps running for a few more years before the city eventually tears most of it down. The Raksila phantom vanishes. 6 years pass. Linnanm, Oulu, July 2024. The city opens a brand new swimming pool, gleaming tiles, state-of-the-art, civic pride, ribbon cutting, the whole thing. Nobody updates the new pool's threat assessment to include returning unapprehended serial pool contaminator. This will turn out to be an oversight. Summer arrives, the pool fills up, families splash around, kids shriek. Lifeguards watch the water with the practiced boredom of people paid to look alert. Incident 1. Pool cleared, water tested. Specialist cleaning? Chlorine reopen. The staff write it up as an incident report and go home. Incident 2. Now the incident reports have incident reports. A meeting is called. The word accidental is used, but quietly, like nobody quite believes it anymore. Incident 3. The word serial enters the room. Incident 4. Urko Korpela, the manager of Oulu swimming pools, is now involved. He investigates. He eliminates every alternative explanation. He reaches his conclusion and delivers it to the press, with the magnificent calm of a man who has seen too much. Children's accidents have been ruled out. This clearly involves an adult. Read that again. They investigated, they ruled out the children, every child in that pool, eliminated as a suspect. What remained was the only explanation left. Somewhere in Oulu, a grown adult had been arriving at a brand new public facility, paying for entry, getting changed, entering the pool, looking around at the cameras, the lifeguards, the hundreds of other swimmers, and deciding, yes, now. Then leaving, going home, and, when enough time had passed, coming back to do it again. This is not recklessness. This is a strategy. Incident 5. Another closure, another cleaning, another wave of angry, worried, bewildered messages from customers hitting the sports services inbox. Some swimmers have voted with their feet and started going elsewhere. Somewhere, the Phantom is reading the news. Incident 6. The city makes its decision. A criminal complaint is filed with Finnish police. The complainant, the city of Oulu. The crime, intentional contamination of a public swimming pool. The suspect, unknown. The motive, genuinely anyone's guess. The Oulu city government, which manages roads, schools, sewage, public buildings, and approximately 40 other categories of civic infrastructure, is now formally asking Finnish law enforcement to investigate a serial adult pooper. This is a real sentence that real people said out loud in an official meeting room. Now the investigation begins, and immediately hits a wall, the CCTV footage. Linnanm has cameras. The cameras have been running through all 6 incidents. The footage exists. It is stored. It is waiting. And here, Erkko Korpela explains the situation with the quiet precision of a man who has spent too much time on the phone with city lawyers. That is an activity covered by the Personal Data Protection Act, so not just anyone can watch those recordings. There it is. Finland is so committed to privacy that investigating a swimming pool serial contaminator must be done in full compliance with GDPR. You cannot simply sit down and watch the tapes. You need to be a designated authorized person, following the correct legal procedure under the Personal Data Protection Act. The city had to hire extra staff specifically to watch the footage, under proper authorization with the correct paperwork, fully documented. The Phantom had forced an entire city into a bureaucratic procedure. One additional lifeguard was added per shift, whose job now formally included watching for intentional adult fecal activity. This went into their contract. The financial damage was real. 5 closures, hours of specialist cleaning, extra staffing, legal fees for the complaint, lost customers who went elsewhere and may not return. Erkko Korpela told reporters, "The incidents have caused a lot of extra work, planning, recruitment, and financial losses. All of it. For what? The bank robbers wanted money. The casino cheats wanted money. The pudding man wanted airline miles. Every great criminal has a motive you can understand, even if you cannot approve of it. The Phantom of Linnanmaa wanted something that cannot be easily explained, something that does not convert into a clear financial gain, something that no risk-reward calculation makes rational. And that is what makes them, in a genuinely unsettling way, the most interesting criminal in this entire genre." But here's the layer that nobody was looking for. An investigator digging deep enough would have found the Raksila file. 2018. 3 incidents, 1 month, identified suspect, no arrest. Case buried, pool demolished, Phantom never found. 6 years later, new pool opens, it starts again. We are not saying it is the same person, that would be speculation, but we are asking you to sit with the math. If it is the same person, this is someone who did this in 2018, watched the case die and the pool come down, waited 6 years, saw a new facility open and thought the city has no memory of me. They never caught me last time, and came back. If it is a copycat, this is someone who read the 2018 reports, noticed the original suspect walked free, and concluded that in Oulu, this particular crime carried almost no risk of consequence. Either way, the lesson is identical. The ghost of Raksila taught the Phantom of Linnanmaa everything they needed to know. You can get away with it. As of the filing of the criminal complaint, the Phantom remained free. The investigation was open. The authorized GDPR-compliant CCTV reviewers were watching the tapes. The extra lifeguard was on shift, the pool was open. Somewhere in Oulu, a person was making coffee, reading the news, going about their day, looking completely normal. Because nothing about their ordinary life would suggest they had spent a summer forcing an entire city government into emergency protocol over something that in any other context would be a punchline, except to the city of Oulu. It was not a punchline. It was a criminal complaint, a police investigation, a GDPR procedure, and several very uncomfortable press interviews. Every serial offender eventually makes a mistake, not because they get sloppy, because they cannot stop. The bank robbers go back for one more job. The casino cheats return to one more table. The Phantom has no finish line, no jackpot, no logical endgame that once reached means the operation is complete, which means the operation is never complete. The pool is open, the cameras are authorized, the lifeguard is watching, the Raksila pool is mostly gone. Linnanm is still standing. We suggest the Phantom consider that carefully before their next visit. The paperwork is already filed. The authorized staff are already watching. And this time, Oulu remembers.